11:47 p.m. Lizzie says, just one quick scroll. 12:03 a.m. Plane crash, 200 dead. 12:14 a.m. Economy collapsing, experts warn. 12:31 a.m. New virus detected. 12:47 a.m. Just one more. 1:09 a.m. War escalates. Casualties mount. 1:26 a.m. Lizzie isn't watching videos anymore. Lizzie is reading about a country he can't pronounce, a virus he hadn't heard of, a man who did a terrible thing on the other side of the world. 1:48 a.m. Lizzie is angry. Lizzie is scared. Lizzie is sad about things Lizzie can do nothing about. 2:14 a.m. Last one. Promise. 3:23 a.m. Lizzie finally puts the phone down, stares at the ceiling, heart racing. Doesn't remember half of what he read, doesn't feel informed, doesn't feel anything except this strange, hollow buzzing in his chest. Why do I keep doing this? Lizzie already knows the answer. Lizzie will do it again tomorrow. Because Lizzie's brain isn't broken. Lizzie's brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. The problem is, what it was built for doesn't exist anymore. And what does exist is the strangest evolutionary trap in human history. Lizzie didn't fall into it. Lizzie was led. Quick reminder, this is Lizzie. Lizzie's the part of your brain that's been running things for 50,000 years. Lizzie has one job, keep you alive. And Lizzie's software hasn't been updated since the cavemen, which is exactly why Lizzie can't stop scrolling at 3 a.m. Here's what's actually happening. 50,000 years ago, Lizzie's brain had one main job. Find threats before they found Lizzie, spot the lion, run, live, eat, sleep, repeat. Finding threats was the most important skill Lizzie's brain ever developed. Every time Lizzie spotted danger, his brain gave him a small reward, a little hit of dopamine, a little hit of cortisol, the reward for being alert. The lizards who didn't pay attention got eaten. The ones who scanned constantly survived, and those lizards passed on the gene called always look for danger. That gene is still in Lizzie, right now, reading this. Except there are no lions anymore, no tribal wars happening in Lizzie's living room, no predators in Lizzie's bedroom. But Lizzie's brain doesn't believe it. Lizzie's brain still demands threats, daily, hourly. The hunting system is still on. It just has nothing to hunt. So it starts inventing them. The weird sound at night, the look someone gave Lizzie, the text message that hasn't been answered yet. All fake, all harmless. But Lizzie's brain still treats them like life or death. And then, something arrived that gave Lizzie infinite real threats to scan. The smartphone. Here's what nobody tells Lizzie. The smartphone isn't just a phone. And what shows up on it is not random. Someone is choosing what Lizzie sees. And they are choosing very, very carefully. Here's the truth nobody puts on a billboard. The companies that show Lizzie the news don't make money when Lizzie is calm. They make money when Lizzie is scared, when Lizzie is angry, when Lizzie is glued to the screen at 3 a.m., hating his life but unable to look away. A calm, informed Lizzie is a Lizzie who closes the app, and a Lizzie who closes the app is a Lizzie nobody makes money off of. So someone built a system to make sure that never happens. They built an algorithm, and the algorithm has one job, not to inform Lizzie, not to help Lizzie, to keep Lizzie looking. And someone, somewhere, ran the data and found out exactly what makes Lizzie keep looking. The answer wasn't beauty. It wasn't joy. It wasn't truth. The answer was fear, anger, outrage, disgust. The exact same emotions Lizzie's ancient brain was built to scan for. The algorithm found Lizzie's oldest weakness, and it built a business out of it. Now here's what's important. The algorithm isn't optimized for truth. The algorithm is optimized for engagement, and those two things are not the same. A boring true story makes Lizzie close the app. A scary half-true story makes Lizzie share it with 5 friends. So guess which stories the algorithm shows Lizzie first? The news isn't lying to Lizzie, not exactly. The news is just choosing out of millions of true stories the ones that hijack Lizzie's brain best. Lizzie is technically informed. Lizzie is also being engineered. Lizzie didn't fall into this trap. Lizzie was led here, carefully, methodically, for profit. Now Lizzie knows the trap, but knowing isn't enough. Because even after Lizzie reads everything in this video, Lizzie will still pick up the phone tonight. Lizzie will still scroll. Lizzie will still feel bad. And Lizzie will still keep going. Why? Because Lizzie isn't weak. Lizzie isn't broken. Lizzie is fighting against millions of years of evolution and losing. Every time Lizzie reads a scary headline, two chemicals flood Lizzie's brain: dopamine and cortisol. Dopamine is the reward, the hit Lizzie gets for finding a threat. The same hit cavemen got for spotting the lion. Cortisol is the stress, the body bracing for action, the fight-or-flight system kicking in, heart rate up, muscles tense. In a cave, this combination saved lives. The dopamine made Lizzie excited to look. The cortisol made Lizzie ready to run. But Lizzie isn't in a cave anymore. Lizzie is in bed. There's no lion to run from. The cortisol just stays, building up. And the next scroll gives Lizzie the same dopamine hit, the same cortisol spike, over and over, hour after hour. Lizzie's body thinks it's in constant danger. Lizzie's body thinks the lion is coming, over and over, for hours. That's why Lizzie is so tired in the morning. Lizzie didn't sleep. Lizzie fought 47 lions that weren't real. This isn't scrolling. This is biological self-harm with extra steps. So can Lizzie stop? Yes, but not with willpower. Lizzie will lose that fight every time. Lizzie needs to be smarter than the algorithm. Tool 1. Add friction. Right now, opening the news app is frictionless. Lizzie unlocks the phone, taps once, and the algorithm is already feeding him. That's the problem. So make it harder. Delete the app from the phone. Read news on a laptop, in a browser, once a day. That single change adds 30 seconds of friction. And 30 seconds is enough time for Lizzie's brain to ask, do I actually want this? Tool 2. Set a window. Lizzie doesn't need news 19 times a day. Lizzie needs news once a day. Pick one time, maybe 12 p.m., maybe 6 p.m. Read news only then. Outside that window, news doesn't exist. The rest of the day, Lizzie lives, eats, works, talks, exists. Without the algorithm whispering in his ear. Tool 3. The 3-question test. Before Lizzie reads anything that makes him scared, Lizzie asks 3 questions. Question 1. Is this story something Lizzie can act on, or just something Lizzie can feel bad about? Question 2. If Lizzie didn't read this today, would Lizzie's actual life, work, family, friends be different in any way? Question 3. Is this the 3rd headline like this Lizzie has read this hour? If yes, Lizzie isn't being informed. Lizzie is being hijacked. Most stories will fail these 3 questions, which means most stories don't deserve Lizzie's attention. Tool 4. The walk. All that cortisol Lizzie built up needs somewhere to go. The body created it to run from lions, so Lizzie gives the body what it expected on movement, a 15-minute walk, outside if possible. No phone, no earbuds, just Lizzie, just feet, just breathing. Within 15 minutes, the cortisol clears. The dopamine system resets. The buzzing in Lizzie's chest fades. Lizzie comes back to his body. Walk first. Decide later. Lizzie's brain works very differently after a walk. The walk is not optional. The walk is the medicine. Lizzie can't fix the algorithm. Lizzie can't fix the news. Lizzie can't fix the system designed to drain him for profit, but Lizzie can change how Lizzie responds. Lizzie can decide what gets to enter his brain. Lizzie can decide when. Lizzie can decide how much. Being informed is not the same as being constantly bombarded. Knowing what's happening in the world is not the same as living in a state of low-grade panic about it. Lizzie's ancestors weren't constantly informed either. They knew what was in their cave, their tribe, their valley, and that was enough to live a full life. Lizzie doesn't owe the world his peace of mind. The world is not Lizzie's responsibility to absorb. Lizzie's responsibility is to live his actual life, the one in front of him, It's not the most informed lizard who lives best. It's the most present one. The lizard says, "Thanks for watching." Toss him a subscribe. It keeps the crickets coming.